welcome back to the Fab 5 Fit YouTube channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the videos that the teachers have been posting, and I hope you've been sharing it. Today, I am going to do the cards warm-up game, where we talked about the game a few weeks ago, and it's where there are a deck of cards. You have them kind of spread out on the floor, face down, and each shape tells you what exercise to do, and the number tells you how many of those exercises to do. So this will be our group warm-up game today, and after the warm-up we're going to play a special activity game and challenge called Mountain Climb. So we'll team warm-up and then we'll shoot into Mountain Climb. All right, today's special guests are Austin. Say hi to the camera. All right, and then Lena.
Hi.
Melissa and Nicole.
Hey.
All right, we are going to be doing your warm-up for you. Two hard. With today's warm-up, before we start today's game, I actually want to talk about some PE skills that I teach my younger kiddos, the basic fundamentals of rolling, tossing, and throwing, because in the Climb the Mountain game, you can use multiple skills, but today's skills we're going to apply will be rolling and throwing. And for a very young age group, I like to break down my steps in 4 steps. So let's talk about the steps to rolling and how I teach it in PE. In rolling, for me, with my kids, I have them start in a start position. And for step 1, I like to say bring the ball back. So then they bring the ball back. Step 2, I will say bend. So they kind of bend in their knee, bend in their back a little bit. Step 3, I'll say step with the opposite foot. And it's always opposite of the ball. And we've talked about in class that this creates a good balance for you. Weight in the front, weight towards the back, weight on your left and weight on your right. So I always like to step with the opposite foot. We've talked about if you step with the same foot as the ball and you're stepping and rolling, you'll tend to fall, and then your roll will be not very accurate and you fall. So we want to say step 1, bring the ball back. Step 2, bend. Step 3, step with the opposite foot. And then step 4, this one's kind of silly that I teach the kids, is we like to say sweep the floor. And what sweep the floor means is you bring the ball down as if it's like a broom, and it sweeps the floor, and then you roll it. If you roll the ball and you sweep the floor actually bounces, then you really didn't sweep the floor, because if that was a broom and you had to sweep with your broom, you only picked up the dirt here and here and here, instead of sweeping the whole floor the way you want to sweep the floor with the ball for rolling. And in today's game, you can also do the skill of throwing. And so the 4 steps of throwing that I teach the kids are: step 1, ball by your ear. And we talk about the elbows being out and not in here. We kind of talk about a chicken wing. All right, ball by your ear. Step 2, we always talk about it's point. And what are we pointing at? We're pointing at our target. What do we want to hit? Where do we want to throw? Step 3 is the same step 3 as everything else, which is 2, step with the opposite foot, which is opposite of the ball here. And then step 4, I always talk about throw, and you release it up here at the high 5 spot. And when you throw, you follow through. I don't want to throw though because I'm going to hit the camera. But again, step 1, ball by your ear. Step 2, point. Step 3, step with the opposite foot. And step 4, throw. All right, in today's activity, we are going to apply the skills we just talked about, rolling and throwing. And since we're doing PE from home, here are ways to improvise this game that I didn't do in the gym. So some home equipment that we're gonna need is a water bottle. I like for it to be a little empty, because when we roll and knock it down, or throw and knock it down, it has a chance of falling down. So water bottles. If you have little balls, grab little balls, however many you need for you and your family, or unless you're doing it by yourself. Like today, we're gonna have 4 people playing, so we have 4 balls. And if you don't have balls, which I don't at home, but at my nephew and niece's home, they have balls and toys. You could always use bought up socks and use the skill of throwing to try to knock down the water bottle. These won't roll very well, but you'll get the gist of the game. So in the game, we have a rolling mark. This is where you always have to roll. And the game is called Climb the Mountain. This is what I call level 1. So I put the water bottle there. The object of the game is I can do my steps and I can roll the ball. Boom. I knock down level 1. Pretty easy, just like video games. Level 1's usually easily. If I do that, I take the bottle and go to the next level 2, run back, get the ball. I can try to throw it or roll it. So if I roll and I miss it, I have to run to go get it. I have to get back, and I can try again. So I step, roll, boom, hit it. I move to level 3. I grab my ball, and I go back to the rolling line, and I continue all the way up until I get to the top of the mountain. And this is how we climb the mountain, to be the person at the top part. Yeah, good job.
But in my heart, I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed.
Go.
You are the one thing in my way. 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 You are the one thing in my way.
Yay, Melissa won!
Oh, good job.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.